Are you training very hard and you're still finding it difficult to win matches, even to players that you think their skills are not up to the level at which you are right now? This video is then for you. So if you're a coach or a parent to a player or a tennis player that is facing difficulties in winning matches and you know you have incredible skills and your training session doesn't match up to the match session, your competitions, so you want to change that. If you want to win more matches, I would like you to stick to the end of this video. So we'll unveil the reason why you are not winning your matches even though you perform so great and you're training so hard for you to win those matches. Welcome back, guys. So if you're unable to win matches and you've been working hard on the court during your practice sessions and you play so good that your parents and your coaches are surprised to see that you're still losing against players that are not as experienced or don't have same skills that you have when you're in the competition, then the first question you should ask yourself, is the training session helping you to win matches, or is the training session just helping you to amount skills or to better up your skills? I would like you to stay to the end of this video because I'll be breaking down one important reason why players are losing matches even though they are so skillful and so tough during their practice sessions. So the first thing, as I said, you should ask yourself if the training session is helping you to be competitive or it's helping you to work on your skills. That is one of the most important reasons and one of the reasons that coaches are lacking, and most clubs and academies are working on that. So I'm going to first start by breaking down the two types of coaching system we have. So I've divided coaching into two parts. We have the developmental coaching and we have the performance coaching. So in the developmental coaching, that is where you see 80% of academies and coaches spend more time on developmental coaching and they spend less time on performance coaching. What do I mean by developmental coaching? In developmental coaching, that's where coaches develop your skills. Coaches work on shaping your skills, like correcting your technique, correcting how you move, correcting how the stroke mechanism looks like. So we spend more of our time working on those aspects. It's just helping you to make your game look beautiful. It's quite important, yes, but what does it do to the game? It does not help us to be competitive. It makes the game look beautiful. That's why when the parents and other players watch you during practice, your game looks so clean, so smooth, but when you come to a competition, it's another thing. Competitive or performance coaching is the coaching sessions that are meant for you to be competitive, using the skills, telling you or teaching you how to use the skills you have amounted from the developmental coaching and transforming them into a weapon of competition. Having clean strokes and not being able to use them in a match or a competition is not important for you, because tennis competitive phase is not a beauty contest where you come to showcase the beautiful forehand, the beautiful backhand, and the big serve. Knowing how to use the big serves, the forehand, and everything you have as the arsenal of your technical skills that you have amounted from the developmental coaching is very important if you want to be a competitor. Coaches spend most of the time correcting your technique, changing the grips, telling you to hit hard, but they don't focus on how to make you to be competitive. That's why you see a player that has not worked enough with a coach, but he's been able to transform the little skills he has into a weapon of competition. Another thing that coaches do that are not helping you to compete or to be a good performer or to be a good competitor is that they work on strategy, they work technically, and they tell you the strategy to use, but they don't actually work on that. So most players know theoretically what they are supposed to do on court. They know the strategies that they have to use to play or how to beat their opponents, but they don't know how to execute those strategies. The reason being that coaches tell you serve to the backhand, give a kick serve to the backhand and go to the net, serve and volley, or serve out wide and open up to your forehand. On the juice court, serve out wide, the player might return with a short ball or cross court, then you go down the line. Yeah, you know that, but you not being able to practice that in your training sessions, it's not going to help you. It's not going to be able for you to perform that same reality in a competition. So what should coaches do then? You should learn how to simulate points and construct points during your practice session. Spend time teaching them the strategy, how to make points during competition, so that when they go in the competition, they know what to do and they are able to do them. You'll be able to even evaluate them. If they're doing something wrong during the practice, you'll be able to correct that. You don't just tell a player to do this strategy, to implement this strategy in the competition, meanwhile you have not worked on it for quite some number of sessions. So I would like coaches to take time to work on strategy, not just giving them the theoretical part or just having one light session on a strategy that needs to be used by the players. And another point that players need to understand is you need to understand your playing style. You need to know your playing style. You need to know if this playing style is sufficient enough for me to use in the competition, or how to adapt to different playing styles. Most competitions you have in your training sessions that makes you feel so comfortable is because you have no pressure playing against the people you have been seeing every day. So when you step out of your comfort zone, it becomes difficult for you to implement what you have been doing during those practice sessions. So I want you to try to understand how you play and try to read the balls of your opponent differently in order for you to use your weapon against them. And the last tip I'm going to give you now, if you really want to win your matches, after working the strategies with the coaches on court and knowing your playing style, I want you to vary your training sessions such that your training sessions should not stick to one playing style. Because your playing style might be comfortable for you and it might be disturbing for some opponents, and some opponents might just be so comfortable with your playing style. So you must be able to learn how to adapt to different playing styles, and you should also be able to vary your playing style based on the opponents you're facing. In order for you to adapt, it means you need to read what the opponent is doing on court. So how to read the opponent during the first few games of the match. How to use the first 2 games of the match to mount a better strategy for you to play your opponent. If you're playing against an opponent, you're playing against one opponent that you don't actually know them and you don't actually know their playing style, it's difficult for you to establish a playing strategy to play against them. So how and when do you establish your playing strategy? Some coaches will tell you during warm-up you should try to know what they like and what they don't like during the warm-up. But most players don't actually bring out their game during the warm-up. Their game actually comes in during the first 2 games of the match. And during the first 2 games of the match, okay, some players will say, oh, during the warm-up, you play wide to see if they're uncomfortable. You play some shots to the backhand to see if they're comfortable. You play some short and deep balls to see how they react to those balls, calling them to the net to see. a player might miss 2 or 3 volleys during the warm-up and actually start getting the volleys right during the match. So trying to know what your player does during or your player is going to do during a match is all about reading the first 2 games, trying to see the things that are outstanding in their game, right? It's not just trying to see if they have a big forehand, a big serve. Actually, they do have that, so you can't do anything about that. So you should actually try to see the way they move, the way they recover, and the side they like to fall to, and that shows you what shots are comfortable for them, and you try to readapt to that. And I want you to also note that having a game plan or a strategy does not mean that strategy must work, right? So you should be able to reevaluate your game during the match and set up a backup strategy in order for you to play those players. So if you have a backup strategy, if the first strategy you set worked or stopped working, you should have something you can switch to. So being able to adapt to 1 or 2 to 3 different playing strategies is something that is crucial for high performance player, or just a performer, or you're just a competitor in the game. So guys, if this video actually makes sense to you and you're ready to level up your game, or want you to click on the subscription button, drop in a comment, and I will be sending to you a full training program based on that is solely strategy, and that is my performance coaching. I mostly do performance coaching because I note that 80 to 90% of the players that we have out there are so skillful, and they have been working on their skills. And the reason why they are not winning matches is because they don't know how to use those skills. So I've put on to myself to work more on performance, helping players to perform better using the skills they have already. There is no need if you have just a knife, I'll help you to use that knife to be a very strong weapon. If you have a rifle, let's use the rifle to be a strong weapon. No need you buying more arms and not using them efficiently. So guys, I'd like you to comment, share this video to any of your players, parents, and coaches that you want them to help you level up the game, or you want to change from the level which you are right now and start winning matches, even the matches that you think they are so tough for you to win. So if you try to implement these strategies into your training routines, these tips are going to help you level up your game. So guys, see you in the next video.